When you're making major life choices, picking a college major, applying for a job, mapping out your future, there is a piece of advice you will hear almost universally. People will tell you to make sure you have something to fall back on. It makes sense on the surface. A fallback plan acts as a psychological safety net. It gives you the comfort of knowing that if your primary ambition collapses, you won't face ruin. But as Nelson Mandela pointed out, there is zero passion to be found playing small. You will never find passion in settling for a life that is less than the one you are truly capable of living. Having something to fall back on implies you're already anticipating the fall. Instead of protecting you, it subconsciously prepares you to fail, rather than pushing you to leap forward. Imagine lying on your deathbed. Standing around you are ghosts, but they aren't spirits of the dead. They are the ghosts of your unfulfilled potential. These ghosts represent the brilliant ideas you never acted on, and the talents you never used because you chose the safety of a fallback plan. They are standing there, angry and disappointed, telling you that they came to you to be brought to life, and now they have to go to the grave together. How many ghosts will be standing around your bed when your time comes? Playing it small is the real tragedy. If you abandon the fallback plan, you have to adopt a different mechanism. You have to fall forward. There's an old logic puzzle, a grid of 9 dots. The goal is to connect all 9 dots using 5 straight lines, and you aren't allowed to lift your pencil from the paper. If you stay within the strict borders of the square, you will never solve it. The only way to connect all the dots is to draw lines that go far outside the box. But stepping outside the box comes with a guarantee. You will fail at some point. You will embarrass yourself, you will lose, and you will undoubtedly suck at something. That is exactly what falling forward means. You embrace that inevitable impact, so that when you do fall, you see exactly what you are going to hit, and you learn from it. We can track this iterative process historically, starting in professional sports. Success here is often just a high-volume numbers game. Take Reggie Jackson. He struck out 2,600 times during his career. That is the highest number of strikeouts in the history of baseball. But people don't talk about the strikeouts. Society only remembers his home runs. Thomas Edison conducted 1,000 failed experiments. The 1,001st experiment was the light bulb, meaning those failures were simply the mandatory price of admission. For high achievers, a failure isn't an endpoint. It is a necessary data point. It systematically eliminates an incorrect path and pushes you one step closer to the solution. This iterative mechanism is just as powerful on a personal timeline. Consider a young student arriving at Fordham University as a pre-med major. His academic path quickly went into freefall. He switched from pre-med to pre-law and then to journalism. Without any true focus, his GPA dropped to a 1.8, leading the university to politely suggest he take some time off. At 20 years old, aimless and at his lowest point, he was working at his mother's local beauty shop. One afternoon, an older woman sitting under a hairdryer gave him a prophecy. She told him he would travel the world and speak to millions of people. That academic failure pushed him off a safe path and toward his actual purpose. He followed that redirection into acting. Early on, he auditioned for a Broadway musical. He thought it was the perfect role, except for the fact that he couldn't sing, and he completely bombed the audition. But he didn't quit and fall back. He just prepared for the next audition and the next. There is an old saying that if you hang around the barber shop long enough, sooner or later you are going to get a haircut. 30 years later, that actor, Denzel Washington, returned to Broadway to star in the play Fences. The play was staged at the Court Theater, the same building where he had failed that musical audition decades prior. His return to that stage proves that consistent, forward-falling failure guarantees an eventual breakthrough. Taking risks uncovers the specific, unique gifts you possess. The world desperately needs those ideas, whether it is your local community or places halfway across the globe like South Africa and the Middle East. There is poverty and conflict that require immediate help. Those gifts come in countless forms. You might offer business acumen and money, or you might offer a profound capacity for kindness, love, and patience. Whatever your gift is, you have to decide what you will do with it. Reject the fallback plan. Accept that you are going to fail. Give the world everything you have. And when you do fall throughout your life, fall forward.